Okay, what if I told you that you could actually rebuild your muscles while you're fast asleep, and that you could do it just by eating a simple, really inexpensive food right before bed? It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But the science is absolutely real. And the crazy thing is, most of us are doing the exact opposite every single night, accidentally making our muscles weaker. I can almost hear you thinking it. Seriously? Eat something before bed and wake up stronger? Come on, that sounds way too easy. And you know what? I totally get the skepticism. But just stick with me here, because the science behind this super simple strategy is, well, it's surprisingly powerful. So here's our roadmap. First, we'll dive into the promise and the science that backs it up. Then we'll unpack this problem of muscle loss that sneaks up on us. We'll look at how your body actually repairs itself at night, figure out the perfect fuel for that job, and then wrap it all up with a simple action plan you can literally start tonight. All right, let's talk about that big promise I made. This isn't some new fad or a crazy diet trend. This is all backed by some really solid research. A really important study from Maastricht University found something incredible. When people had a specific type of protein before they went to sleep, it boosted their muscle protein synthesis, that's just the fancy term for building new muscle, by a staggering 22%. And get this, all of that growth is happening while you are completely out cold. So why is this nightly habit so critical? Well, it's because it helps us fight back against a silent thief, one that's quietly stealing our strength as we get older. The medical term for it is sarcopenia. Basically, it's the slow, steady loss of muscle that you barely even notice is happening. I mean, not until that one day when you realize climbing the stairs feels like a real workout, or you need to give it an extra oomph just to get out of a comfy chair. It's a slow creep, but it's real. You know, after age 50, we can lose about 1 to 2% of our muscle mass every single year. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but think about it. Over a decade, that really adds up. It can be the difference between staying independent and needing a hand with everyday things. And here's one of the biggest reasons this happens. Just think about your schedule. You eat dinner around, say, 6 p.m. You probably don't eat again until breakfast the next morning. That's a 12-hour fast every single night. After just a few hours, all the nutrients from dinner are used up. Your body still needs fuel to run. And guess what the easiest pantry to raid is? Your own muscle. So what is actually going on inside your body every night? It turns out it's this critical time where your body is either building muscle or breaking it down. When you fall into that nice, deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone. The best way to think about it is like your body's own personal night shift construction worker. Its whole job is to go around and repair all the wear and tear on your muscles from the day. But, and this is a big but, a construction worker can't do much without building materials. For your muscles, those materials are amino acids, which come from protein. If you go to bed on an empty stomach, your growth hormone shows up for work, but the supply truck never came. It has nothing to build with. Even worse, your body might start breaking down existing muscle just to get some supplies. It's literally like tearing down one wall just to patch a hole in another. So the solution seems simple, right? Just give those construction workers their materials. But here's the thing. Not just any protein will do the trick. For this specific overnight job, you need the right kind of fuel. Everybody meet casein. This is the star of our show. See, unlike other proteins like whey, which act really fast, casein is a slow-digesting protein. It actually forms a kind of gel in your stomach, which then releases a nice, steady stream of those amino acids for 6 to 8 hours. It's like having a slow-drip IV of muscle-building fuel that works for you all night long. And this brings us right back to that amazing study we talked about. The group that had casein before bed saw that 22% spike in overnight muscle building. The group that had nothing? Well, they didn't. This isn't just a cool theory. It's a measured, documented, real effect. Okay, so we've seen the problem, that silent muscle thief, and we found the solution, our slow-release protein friend, casein. Now for the most important part. How do you actually do this? Let's build your action plan right now. And the best news is you don't need any fancy, expensive supplements. Casein is found in totally normal, everyday foods. Cottage cheese is probably the best source out there, but Greek yogurt and regular milk are great too. Oh, and if you don't do dairy, no worries. Slow-digesting plant proteins like soy milk or silken tofu can work really well too. Now, to get the absolute best results, you've got to avoid a few common mistakes. First, no sugar or honey. It can mess with your sleep and actually block your growth hormone. Big no-no. Second, keep the portions small. Remember, this is a snack, not a second dinner. Third, be consistent. You gotta make it a habit because building muscle takes time. And finally, you have to give that protein a job to do. Some light physical activity during the day, like a walk, sends a signal to your body telling it where to send all those wonderful building blocks. So here's the whole formula in a nutshell. During the day, make sure you're getting protein with your meals. Sometime in the afternoon, get some light activity in. And then, about 30 to 60 minutes before you hit the sack, have that small, casein-rich snack. That's it. It's a simple little routine that combines the right fuel with the right timing and the right signal to tell your body, hey, let's build some muscle tonight. This whole thing isn't really just about having bigger muscles. It's about what those stronger muscles allow you to do. This is about independence. It's about being able to get up from a chair by yourself, to play with your grandkids without getting tired. It's about living your later years with strength and with dignity. So, now you have the knowledge and you have a dead simple plan. The power to fight back against muscle loss can literally start with one small habit. Tonight, the only question left is, what are you going to do tonight to start building a stronger, more independent you for all your